Corinna Kopf's streams are wild. How wild? So wild she made $1 million straight up in just under 48 hours of joining OnlyFans. So, what's made Corinna the internet sensation she is today? For starters, she's undeniably hot. But there's more to Corinna than just looks. Corinna has never been one to shy away from the spotlight or controversy, but her online presence has seen its fair share of ups and downs. From calling out her ex, Logan Paul, over his infamous Aokigahara forest video to getting violated on camera, let's take a look at some of Corinna Kopf's wildest moments that have kept the internet buzzing. Teased David. Back in the glory days of the Vlog Squad, there was this unforgettable moment in one of David Dobrik's videos. Corinna Kopf cornered David, dropped to her knees, and pretended to start something. Well, you can guess where this is going. David scrambled for an excuse, brushing her off as Corinna stood up, laughing, though her cheeks carried just a hint of blush. This wasn't just a one-off. Corinna had a way of cranking up the heat, especially when it came to David. She loved walking that thin line between humor and flirtation, constantly joking about being into him. Fans couldn't get enough of it. Her bold, flirty energy against David's awkward, shy reactions was comedy gold. Her confidence, mixed with his caught-off-guard vibe, became a signature part of their dynamic, and people ate it up every time. I mean, I know I used to. One of their most iconic moments on camera, however, was a dare that had the two debating whether to lock lips. Whether they went through with it or chickened out, it seriously amped up their on-screen chemistry. Corinna didn't stop there. She'd playfully tease David about his love life or crack over-the-top jokes about how perfect they'd be together. She knew exactly what she was doing and wasn't shy about admitting it, often winking at the camera with a sly that'll get the views vibe that fans couldn't get enough of. Their teasing wasn't confined to the vlogs either. Corinna and David's flirty banter spilled into social media and behind-the-scenes moments, making it clear that their chemistry wasn't just for show. The contrast between Corinna's daring personality and David's reserved awkwardness gave their interactions an irresistible spark. But Corinna wasn't just the instigator. She could take a joke as well as she dished it out. The squad loved flipping the script, poking fun at her quirks, or exaggerating her on-screen persona. She'd laugh it off, showing the kind of self-awareness that made her both hilarious and relatable. Fans adored her for being unapologetically herself, quirks and all. Now, if you're a diehard, down bad Corinna fan, you've got to remember this next iconic livestream moment. Got a little flirty. In this live stream with Aircool, Corinna got all naughty on Aircool's chair. She legit served up every green light possible for some bedroom action, but Aircool was so locked into the wrong game that he fumbled the moment harder than a rookie quarterback. It totally reminds me of my college days, though. You know, spending an entire semester invisible, then finally catching someone's interest and being so oblivious. You only realize it years later when you're lying in bed screaming at the ceiling like, how did I freaking miss that? Ah, good times, good times. Aircool, the gamer in the video here, is a streamer like Corinna, whose real name is Brian Stern, and he found himself in hot water back in 2021 after some viewers thought he dropped a racist slur during a slightly tipsy hot tub hangout with Corinna and Alyssa Kulani. The moment happened during a freestyle rap session where his words sounded a little questionable, but luckily for him, Corinna swooped in like a PR superhero to save the day. She assured fans that he was just drunk, his speech was slurred, and he had actually said something completely harmless. Thanks to her quick action, Brian dodged the cancellation bullet, unlike Dirty Dom, who wasn't so lucky. Speaking of Dom, let's talk about the nonsense he pulled on Corinna right in front of the camera. Violation on camera. In an old vlog, David, a member of the Vlog Squad, pulls out his camera to confront his friend Dom about touching Corinna's lady part. At this point in the clip, you can see Corinna yelling at Dom to stop touching her inappropriately. When the video was first uploaded, a lot of viewers brushed it off, thinking, well, it's the Vlog Squad. Who knows what's real with them? Maybe this is just another shock value stunt. But looking back now, it's clear that what went down wasn't just some edgy joke. It was seriously messed up. Dominikas Dirty Dom Zeglaitis' behavior with Corinna wasn't exactly a one-off, and David Dobrik's responses to his antics often felt more like half-hearted warnings than genuine attempts to address the issue. It was almost as if Dobrik was more concerned with maintaining the chaotic energy of the Vlog Squad's content than stepping in to set clear boundaries. But things unraveled quickly. Before the Vlog Squad's dramatic fall from grace, the group faced a string of allegations about fostering a toxic environment, particularly concerning sexual misconduct. Dom found himself at the center of it all. On March 17, 2021, the first major accusation emerged, alleging that Dom had sexually assaulted a woman during a 2018 filming session for their content. content. A 22-year-old woman recounted her experiences with the vlog squad, stating that she and her friends initially visited the apartment where Dominikas Durtedom Ziglitis lived, after David Dobrik posted a Snapchat inviting women 18 and over to appear as extras in a vlog centered around Ziglitis needing a sex intervention. On a second visit to the apartment on May 18th, Dobrik led her and a group of fans there. The woman described interactions with Ziglitis, some of which were filmed and later appeared in Dobrik's May 19th vlog. At one point, Ziglitis attempted to tackle her, and while the vlog cuts away before contact is made, Insider reported that unedited footage shows him trapping her in the corner of a hallway and humping her. Dobrik can be heard repeatedly saying, "Stop, stop, stop," before stepping in to pull Ziglitis off her. Just a few days later, on March 20th, two more women came forward, accusing him of sexually inappropriate behavior toward them. David Dobrik tried to salvage the situation with two public apologies, attempting to address the growing backlash against himself and the vlog squad. Meanwhile, Dom stayed quiet for what felt like an eternity. Why didn't he speak up? Who knows? Maybe he thought if he stayed silent long enough, the storm would blow over. Eventually, Dom did make an official statement, but it left people scratching their heads. Why? Well, it came off as oddly self-centered. Here's what he said. In an Instagram story post, Dom offered a three-part response. First, he apologized, then he called the accusations misleading, and finally, he mentioned donating money to charity. Judging by social media reactions, the last two parts didn't sit well with people at all. He started by addressing the women directly. "I want to sincerely apologize to the women involved in this incident. I definitely empathize with the pain everyone has suffered in this matter." But then, he quickly pivoted to denying the allegations. "As far as I'm concerned, everything that occurred during the night in question was completely consensual. I believe the statements made against me are misleading and unfairly attack my character." Unsurprisingly, many found this approach unconvincing. Critics pointed out that an apology laced with denial doesn't show true accountability. The timing didn't help either. His response came so late that it seemed more like damage control than genuine remorse. Social media didn't buy it, with many calling out the lack of sincerity and accountability in his statement. Next up, Corinna's reaction to getting banned from OnlyFans. Corinna Kopf has never been one to shy away from controversy, and her time on OnlyFans has been no different. One of the most dramatic moments came when OnlyFans announced its brief ban on sexually explicit content, a decision that threw the creator community into chaos and earned some bad words from Kopf. Kopf, who joined the platform in 2021 and quickly made headlines with her million-dollar earnings in just 48 hours, was outraged by the ban. She took to social media expressing frustration and calling the move an attack on sex workers. According to her, the decision wasn't just a policy shift. It was kind of a betrayal to the creators who had made OnlyFans a popular name. Like many others, Kopf saw the ban as hypocritical, especially since explicit content was pretty much the backbone of the platform's success. But what led to this dramatic ban in the first place? Well, OnlyFans faced mounting pressure from banks and payment processors who were wary of being associated with explicit material. This prompted the platform to announce a ban, but they backpedaled shortly after a massive backlash from creators like Kopf, who weren't afraid to speak out. However, Kopf's relationship with OnlyFans hasn't been all about activism and advocacy. Her presence on the platform has stirred up plenty of controversy, particularly when leaks of her content began circulating online. Kopf was vocal about how these unauthorized leaks were a violation of her privacy, but not everyone was sympathetic. Some critics accused her of exploiting her audience with paywalled content, while others argued that leaks were an inevitable risk of being on OnlyFans. The incident added fuel to ongoing debates about digital consent and creator rights. At the same time, Kopf was facing another kind of scrutiny over her appearance. People online speculated that she'd had cosmetic enhancements like fillers or cool sculpting to maintain her look. Others commented on her weight fluctuations, a topic she's addressed with honesty on her platforms. Kopf has acknowledged the pressures of being in the public eye, especially when every detail of your life and body is up for discussion. Despite the noise, Kopf has remained unapologetically herself. Whether she's calling out platforms for their treatment of creators or laughing off rumors about her personal life, love her or hate her, you can't deny Kopf has built a career on staying authentic, which is pretty much what many influencers today lack. However, this has caused her some trouble. Corinna's anti-vax propaganda. In July 2021, Corinna Kopf found herself in hot water after tweeting about the COVID-19 vaccine. She admitted feeling anxious about getting it and revealed she hadn't even bothered with a flu shot in the past, calling for people to respect personal choices. But Twitter wasn't having it. Critics were quick to label her anti-vaccine, sparking a heated backlash. Corinna clapped back, explaining she wasn't anti-vax. She'd had all her other shots, just not this one. In a sarcastic tweet, she joked that the public shaming and death threats she received had convinced her to reconsider getting vaccinated. The whole thing threw her right into the middle of a bigger debate about vaccine hesitancy and how hard it is to deal with your own fears when you're feeling confused. But instead of anyone helping, they just decide to shit on you. Next up, she talked about her goals. Her fascination with body art is at the forefront of her story as an influencer. Corinna sports over 12 tattoos, each one with its own unique meaning. Among them is a heartfelt tribute to her late brother, symbolized by an elegant design. One of her quirkiest tattoos lies on her inner lip, boldly reading J. Nash. Pair that with her multiple piercings, and you get a picture of someone who isn't afraid to express herself through her body art. But Corinna's isn't just into tattoos and piercings. She's also a travel junkie. Corinna has big plans to explore the world. Her ultimate dream destination is Australia. Corinna's life is also very luxurious. Her Los Angeles home is as stylish as you'd expect from an influencer of her stature, and her taste in cars is just superb. Her collection includes high-end vehicles like Audi and Lamborghini that scream, "I am rich, kiss my feet." Thanks to her insane OnlyFans earnings and successful ventures, Corinna has amassed a net worth reportedly around $13 million. Money she doesn't shy away from spending on designer fashion, world-class dining, and exclusive experiences, called out Logan Paul. When Logan Paul faced immense backlash for his infamous Aokigahara forest video, Corinna Kopf was one of the many who criticized his behavior. The video, which showed Paul and his group laughing and making jokes after encountering the body of a person who had died by suicide in the Aokigahara suicide forest in Japan, was widely condemned for its callousness and disrespect towards the tragic nature of the situation. For Corinna, who had experienced a deep personal loss, her brother's death, the video struck a particularly sensitive chord. She found Paul's behavior not only inappropriate but deeply offensive, as it mocked a situation that was both tragic and deeply painful for many, including herself. Corinna's reaction was likely fueled by her own grief. She has a tattoo dedicated to her late brother, a deeply emotional tribute that serves as a constant reminder of the significance he held in her life. Losing a loved one, especially a sibling, is a heart-wrenching experience, and for someone like Corinna, who carries that pain with her every day, witnessing Paul's lighthearted approach to such a somber and sensitive issue felt like an affront to the memory of her brother and the grieving process as a whole. This personal connection to the topic of loss and suicide likely made her response even more passionate and public. As the controversy surrounding Logan Paul's video unfolded, Corinna was vocal about her disapproval. She used social media platforms to express her outrage, calling out Paul for his lack of empathy and respect. The video, which many saw as exploiting a sensitive and tragic subject for entertainment, was widely criticized, not only for its tastelessness, but also for its disregard for the privacy and dignity of the deceased individual and their loved ones. The public reaction was swift and unforgiving, and many people, including Corinna, took to social media to make it clear that such behavior was unacceptable. In response to the mounting criticism, Logan Paul eventually issued an apology, acknowledging his mistake and expressing regret for his actions. However, the damage to his reputation had already been done. But that might come off as a bit hypocritical, considering this next moment of hers online. Possible anti-abortion supporter. Corinna Kopf has been vocal about her support for former President Donald Trump, and it's definitely stirred up some chatter among her followers. In a world where most influencers and entertainers lean left, Corinna's open admiration for Trump stands out. While she hasn't gone full-on political with big speeches or endorsements, the few times she's expressed her support have sparked plenty of debates online. One of the biggest points of controversy is Trump's stance on abortion. During his presidency, he was a strong advocate for anti-abortion policies, working closely with pro-life groups, appointing conservative Supreme Court judges, and pushing to overturn Roe v. Wade. His actions on abortion and reproductive rights were a central focus of his time in office and remain hot-button issues in politics today. By backing Trump, Corinna's support is often seen as aligning with these policies. She hasn't publicly shared her personal views on abortion, but her endorsement of him has led many to assume she's on board with his agenda, including his push to limit access to abortion. For some fans, this creates a bit of a contradiction, especially since Corinna has shown progressive views on other topics in the past. Her political opinions have also drawn attention to her connections with other public figures. For instance, she's crossed paths with Tana Mongeau, who's known for her unapologetic attitude and controversial takes. While Tana's political stances have also raised eyebrows, Corinna doesn't seem fazed by sharing her own, even if it puts her in the spotlight or under fire. Love it or hate it, Corinna's boldness in voicing her opinions is part of what keeps people talking. Her relationship with Tfue. The controversy began brewing in early 2020 when rumors surfaced that the couple, once regarded as a power duo of social media, had parted ways. Fans, desperate for answers, flooded their social media accounts, dissecting cryptic posts and live stream comments for clues. When Corinna and Tfue finally addressed their breakup, they did so with relative maturity, avoiding the dramatic mudslinging typical of influencer culture. Corinna cited personal differences and the challenges of maintaining a relationship under constant public scrutiny as key reasons for the split. Tfue, meanwhile, maintained a low profile, fueling speculation that there was more to the story than either was willing to share. The breakup, of course, got fans talking, choosing sides, and speculating on everything from infidelity to career-driven conflicts. Some accused Corinna of prioritizing her online persona over the relationship, while others claimed Tfue's reserved nature clashed with her outgoing, flirtatious personality. Regardless of the truth, the controversy cemented their breakup as a defining moment in Corinna's public narrative. But what really happened? Their romance, which began in 2019, quickly became a fan-favorite storyline. Social media posts of their travels, playful banter, and candid moments painted a picture of a couple deeply in love. Fans admired their chemistry, often describing them as the perfect balance. Corinna's bold, outgoing nature complemented by Tfue's quieter, introspective demeanor. However, the pressures of fame and the internet's invasive gaze took their toll. Corinna often spoke about how the constant speculation and judgment from fans made it difficult to navigate their relationship. For Tfue, who was already grappling with the intense scrutiny of being one of the world's top gamers, the added pressure of a public relationship proved overwhelming. The cracks began to show in late 2019, with fans noticing fewer joint appearances and a lack of interaction on social media. Speculation reached an all-time high when Corinna unfollowed Tfue on Instagram, a move that, in the influencer world, often signals trouble in paradise. Shortly after, the couple announced their split, leaving fans heartbroken and hungry for answers. Post-breakup, both Corinna and Tfue took different paths. Corinna leaned into her online persona, doubling down on the content that made her famous. Her flirtatious humor, bold personality, and unapologetic authenticity kept fans engaged, even as rumors of new relationships surfaced. She was frequently linked to other influencers, though she rarely confirmed any romantic involvement. Tfue, on the other hand, focused on his gaming career, maintaining a low profile when it came to his personal life. While fans occasionally speculated about a potential reconciliation, both Corinna and Tfue made it clear that they had moved on. Another one of Corinna Kopf's controversial relationships that garnered significant online attention was her rumored romance with fellow content creator and streamer Adin Ross. One of Corinna Kopf's most talked about connections was her rumored relationship with Twitch streamer Adin Ross. Their flirty, back-and-forth banter on live streams had fans hooked, and it wasn't long before people started speculating about whether there was more to their chemistry than just friendly teasing. Things heated up during one particular live stream when Adin suggested a kiss challenge. While the kiss didn't actually happen, the moment set the internet buzzing. Fans quickly started shipping the two, with some convinced they were secretly dating and others arguing that it was all just a joke. The internet's obsession with their interactions brought plenty of attention to both Corinna and Adin, but it also came with criticism. Adin's over-the-top comments rubbed some people the wrong way, with critics accusing him of being too forward. Meanwhile, Corinna was called out for going along with it, with some saying she was playing into the drama for clout. Despite the noise, Corinna stayed cool and didn't take the speculation too seriously. She eventually clarified that there was no romantic connection between her and Adin, explaining that their banter was just for fun and part of the content they created to entertain their fans. The whole situation was a classic example of how influencer culture often blurs the line between what's real and what's just for show. Fans love to dig into every little interaction, turning playful jokes into full-blown relationship rumors. For Corinna, this wasn't new territory. She's had her fair share of internet-fueled drama before, but the way she handled it, with her usual humor and laid-back attitude, showed how she knows how to keep things from getting out of hand. While some fans loved the idea of Corinna and Adin together, others weren't so thrilled. Social media was full of debates, memes, and endless theories about what was really going on between them. But as quickly as the rumors started, they eventually fizzled out. Both Corinna and Adin moved on, leaving the whole thing as just another chapter in their online careers. Looking back, the Corinna and Adin Ross was just another example of how influencers keep people talking. Whether it was real or just a part of their online personas, their playful dynamic gave fans plenty to talk about. And like always, Corinna's ability to stay chill under the spotlight is part of what keeps her so popular. Even when the internet tries to turn her life into a soap opera, she knows how to keep things in perspective and move forward. Her orientation. Corinna Kopf has had her her fair share of internet rumors, and one of the more unexpected ones was speculation about her sexuality. At one point, fans started wondering if Corinna might be a lesbian, mainly due to her interactions with female friends, her openness about sexual topics, and frequent jokes about being attracted to women. The rumors didn't come out of nowhere. Corinna has always made playful comments about finding women attractive, whether on social media or during live streams. She's talked about admiring female beauty and jokingly mentioned having crushes on women. While these comments were clearly meant to be lighthearted, some fans took them seriously, leading to speculation. Another factor was her close friendships with other women in the influencer world. Corinna often posts photos and videos with her female friends, sometimes with captions or comments that some fans took as flirtatious. As usually happens on social media, people quickly jumped to conclusions, and theories about her sexuality spread. True to her confident and laid-back personality, Corinna didn't let the rumors get to her. Instead of directly addressing or denying them, she leaned into the humor of the situation. When asked about it during streams or in comments, she'd usually laugh it off or respond sarcastically, keeping things light. In one memorable moment, Corinna joked about the rumors, saying that if she were a lesbian, she'd pull all the hottest girls. By responding with humor and confidence, she turned a potentially awkward situation into an opportunity to show off her carefree, self-assured vibe. The rumors and Corinna's response really show that she doesn't take herself or the internet's obsession with her too seriously. By refusing to get defensive or overly personal, she kept the focus on her playful, comedic content, which is why her fans love her. This also shows how influencers like Corinna handle speculation about their personal lives in today's digital world. Fans often feel entitled to know everything about their favorite influencers, but Corinna has made it clear that she'll share what she wants and keep some things private. In this case, she kept things vague, acknowledging the buzz without feeding into it or giving anyone more to analyze. By keeping things lighthearted and refusing to be boxed into labels she didn't choose, she stood out as a bold and confident influencer. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Looks like you enjoyed it. Why not check out these other videos on your screen? See if you like them too.